The strange thing about loneliness is that it does not begin when people leave you. It begins when you finally understand them. Most people fear being alone because silence forces them to meet themselves. But some souls become lonely for a different reason. They begin to see the world too clearly. And clarity has always been an isolating gift. There are men who laugh in crowded rooms while internally disappearing. Loneliness is often misunderstood as physical isolation. But the deepest loneliness comes from emotional invisibility. It is the terrifying realization that your thoughts have traveled somewhere language cannot easily follow. You try to explain what you feel, but words return empty. So eventually, you stop explaining. And that is how intelligent minds quietly become silent. The more aware a person becomes, the harder it is to participate in ordinary illusions. You begin noticing how temporary everything is. Conversations become repetitive. Ambitions start looking theatrical. Social rituals feel rehearsed. You smile politely, but internally you are elsewhere, observing. Awareness creates distance. Not because you think you are better than others, but because you can no longer fully pretend. And society rewards performance far more than honesty. People often assume quiet individuals are antisocial. In reality, many of them simply became exhausted. Exhausted from shallow conversations. Exhausted from explaining emotions nobody truly listens to. Exhausted from living in a world obsessed with distraction. So they retreat, not out of arrogance, but self-preservation. Because solitude, while painful, is still gentler than constantly feeling misunderstood. There is a hidden grief inside intelligent people. They analyze everything, including themselves. They replay conversations. They question meanings. They search for depth in places designed only for entertainment. And because they see contradictions everywhere, certainty becomes impossible. Ironically, the more a mind expands, the more difficult it becomes to feel at home in the world. But loneliness is not only suffering. Sometimes it is transformation. The world grows loud so the soul learns silence. And inside silence, something ancient awakens. You stop chasing attention. You stop needing constant validation. You begin building an inner world. That is why many philosophers, poets, and visionaries were lonely people. Isolation sharpened their perception. The same silence that breaks ordinary people often creates extraordinary minds. Perhaps loneliness was never a punishment. Perhaps it was life separating you from noise. Not everyone is meant to belong everywhere. Some people are designed to observe deeply, to feel intensely, and to walk through existence with a certain distance from the crowd. And maybe true peace begins the moment you stop asking the world to understand you. Because the rarest form of strength is learning to be fully alive in your own company.